Hello, Happy New Year from
Rollerbears and
Coaster Dad. And yeah, sorry we haven't seen you for a while. It was Christmas, we were busy. Also, I got a really bad cold, didn't I? I was coughing, I was spluttering, it was no fun. And as a result of which, our end of year videos, we didn't get to make them. So these are our end of year videos at the start of
2025.
Yes, 2025. We're going to run back through 2024 over the next couple of videos. And then we're also going to do a little bit of a preview of the 2025 season before it starts. Sound good, Baz?
Yep.
So, do you know what today's video is about?
It is our top 5 favourite rides of 2024.
Yeah, and by favourite rides, we're meaning like actual individual times we spent on a ride. Doesn't have to be a coaster. Any ride we went on in 2025, our favourite one time around, if it's a coaster or a one ride cycle. Yeah?
2024.
I've already got used to the idea of 2025, yeah. Our one time ride in 2024. Good stuff. Shall we do honourable mentions first?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went through this list in advance. We couldn't think of everything and squeeze it into that top 5. So some things that we were going to say were honourable mentions. For me, Europa Park has that ride, Madam something or other, I've forgotten her name, but she takes you around the dinosaurs. You get to see dinosaurs doing enough stuff. You get to see dinosaurs having a birthday party. I mean, the spoilers, big spoilers here. There's some beekeeping, there's some laundry, general cookery. I had a nice time on that ride. Do you enjoy that ride, Baz?
Yes.
We only went round it once, but what a time. It's back. You can actually see us go round it back in our Europa Park vlog. Baz, have you got anything you wanted to honourably mention?
Well, there are 2 honourable mentions that I have to do. We have to say Arthur, because that was my 100th coaster.
Arthur, yeah.
It's at Europa Park. And also it has some really good feeling and stuff.
Also had some swear words.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yep. And another honourable mention would be Euromere, because we were in a skyscraper, techno dance music, and yeah.
It's a good tune. Gotta love that tune.
Yes.
Mac product. I wanted to mention we had a great time on Dragon's Fury at Chessington again. And it really was a great time because we got to almost the front of the queue, ride stopped. We literally had a little drink next to the ride, saw it was probably about to reopen, got like first in the queue, didn't we?
Yeah.
But we've been given a fast pass and therefore we got 2 rides straight in a row, which is always fun, especially when it's Dragon's Fury. Both of them were super spinny. Came off the second one just dying the spinniness, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to add something to our honourable mentions, Baz. I'm going to add a ride we took with other enthusiasts at an event at Thorpe Park on Mr. Monkey's banana ride. That was a really good ride. We learned to bang. There's a nice bang for you. You'll enjoy that on the audio. And to say, ooh, yay! And we now do that on all pirate ships, as a result of which we got to spend our last time on the Blade trying to encourage a load of normal people to do that. And they didn't, they just stared at us, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really embarrassing. So thank you to those enthusiasts who showed us that on Mr. Monkey. But we're about to get to our top 5 rides of 2024. I got the year right, dude. Baz, your number 5 ride of 2024 was?
The Can coaster.
Eurosac Can coaster at Europa Park. We went on that a couple of times. Was it the first or second ride we took on it? The first ride was my 100th coaster ride.
Yeah.
I think we got front row the second time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. So front row second time.
It being an indoor dark ride coaster, it really benefits from being front row, doesn't it? You get to see a bit more.
Yeah.
And again, it's got that windy spiral lift hill. I love both of those at Europa Park because you really get to see that dark ride section on the way up.
Does it?
Yeah, you go round the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of a rocket, it's the Eiffel Tower. and you get to look at all the fun Paris stuff that really comes whizzing past you. If you can see a good POV of that, I'm not claiming ours is the best, but it's out there. Go to Europa Park and experience it. But if you're not likely to do that, it is a ride in the dark that really, really works as a coaster, I think. Yeah?
Yeah.
My number 5 of the year might be controversial. It was the one non-shaky, non-massively painful ride I had on Voltron Navarra at Europa Park. But I think you're going to talk about Voltron later, so shall I save that?
Yes.
Okay, Baz, what's your number 4?
Number 4 is Fina Force.
It's Nefina Force, and we've learned how to pronounce that, haven't we?
Yes.
That is at Emerald Park in Ireland. It's a new for 2024 Vekoma, what they called, STC? Suspended Thrill Coaster? Yeah, that's the correct name. And yeah, it's only the second one I think they've built, or at least second in Europe. First one we've been on. So it's a little 2-seater suspended coaster. If you've been on Nemesis, that's a 4-seater one. This has a less extreme layout, but so much more variety, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Lots and lots of little bits that are great. Everyone loves that last element, don't they? Do you remember the little bunny hills at the end of the course? And there's lots of little just interesting little bits, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Favourite part is first drop.
You love the first drop? Yeah. It's a good drop, yeah. It's a fun drop. It goes in and out of the building for its sister coaster in the new area, doesn't it? Is that called the Quest? I feel like it's called the Quest. It's just a little Vekoma boomerang. It's kind of fun. It wasn't quite finished on the theme when we were there. But yeah, that new suspended thrill coaster, I want to see more and more of those go in. What do you think, Baz?
Yeah.
It's so good to have a family ride that is also still quite thrilling. It's lap bar only, which is a really nice feel on a suspended coaster. I don't think we've had that before, have we, on an invert? So yeah, it was a really, really good ride on that coaster.
Yep. What's your number 4?
Well, my number 4 was also Nefina Force, so we can move straight on to your number 3. And I think, again, it's the same one as mine.
1, 3, 13.
1 and 3, 13. Now, why is 13 at third on our rides of the year? Because 13 is a good piece of fun, but like something weird to put it above. I mean, neither of us has got a ride on Nemesis Reborn now. We had a lot of fun on Nemesis Reborn, but 13 has outclassed it. How has that happened?
Well, you see, 13 is a very good family ride for families, and I won't spoil anything in case you haven't been on it, but it's just like, it's amazing when there's just people that haven't been on it before.
I mean, yeah, it does things in a way that you might not expect if you haven't been on it before. We'll continue to keep the spoilers spoiler-free on that. But why it was so good was we went as a family with another family, your friends and our friends.
Yeah.
And we did what you're meant to do and didn't completely reveal to them everything that was going to happen on the ride. Felt a little bit awkward about that because the mum in that family is not someone who is a thrill seeker. She would dodge some rides. So she'd been on Nemesis that day, hadn't she? Mm. And a couple of people in that family were quite surprised by a surprising bit. And it was a lot of fun sitting next to and around people who've not been on that ride. That ride is all about seeing people who've not gone through it go through it before. Did you enjoy it? Mm-hmm. Do you remember any noises you might have heard from people on that ride? Yeah, no, it was just enjoying it with other people. And sometimes taking people that haven't been to theme parks very much to a theme park can be a really, really great way to re-experience that first time for yourself. I highly recommend taking your non-Fusey friends to theme parks. It's a lot of fun. It makes even your local theme park brand new again. Number 2, Baz. I think we're going to get to talk about something I already started to talk about. What's your number 2?
Voltron.
I think we got 7 rides at Europa Park over the couple of days we were there. But your favourite one, I think you said, was the last ride on it?
Yeah, because the last ride on it, I was the last person.
It was absolutely chucking it down with rain. And Baz managed to get off of the ride we were on together and run fast enough because we had to collect the bags, but he just ran straight around and got on the train. Had to wait ages because there was a rain stoppage. It got so wet that the trains couldn't make it up the vertical launch. And so the whole thing shut down. We saw people streaming off who'd been stuck out on mid-course in a thunderstorm, basically. They were drowning. They looked like they'd fallen into a swimming pool. It was madness. But Baz was waiting tidy inside and cosy, weren't you, in a single rider queue. And Baz managed to get on.
And I managed to get on dry and come off dry.
Yeah, well, the rain had just stopped when they restarted it, hadn't it? So
Yeah.
you were the first train of people that didn't look like they drowned. And you had a great ride on it, that last ride. Yeah, it was really warmed up, end of the day, good seat. As I said earlier, Voltron came in at my number 5. And one particular ride on it came in there. I had a really, really good ride on a non-janky train. We got as you may know, Voltron's had some trouble with, since launch, there had been a couple of trains that were not really ready suspension-wise. And I've got to say, I don't find it the most comfortable coaster. It might be my body shape, I don't know. But the wing seats at the back, which is where I seem to end up spending a lot of my rides, were quite painful. And that was even on the good rides. But don't yawn at me. Am I boring you?
No.
I'm boring him.
No.
But yeah, the wing seats at the back I found quite painful. And even on the good rides, from the double up, that last bit is just so intense. I'm really getting pushed against the lap bar and it's quite sore. And rattling about quite a lot. And on the bumpy rides, it was very bumpy. But I did get one really, really good ride. I think I was on a wing seat, but I was at the front. And that ride, I really enjoyed it. It was still way too intense through that helix at the end. But, you know, that's personal preference. I'm not super big fan of Positive G. But, yeah, when it's running perfectly, it's a very good ride. But it's not, spoilers here, it's not making my top 10. I have mixed feelings about Voltron. But you loved it, right, Baz? Baz, big Voltron fan. Give us a thumbs up or whatever you think about Voltron.
Yeah. The reason it came second for me is because there's one point where it just absolutely gives you like it's crazy. There's a double up where it's like that.
It's a double yeet.
Yeah.
Double yeet.
It hurts.
It's a painful double yeet. And that's good, is it? Is it good apart from that one bit?
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to say, right, with you. The launches are fun, aren't they? I like the backwards launch. The backwards launch on Voltron is a highlight. So my number 2 was also at Europa Park, and that was Wodan. And Wodan is a hell of a wooden coaster. Like, it's the sister coaster to Wicker Man, same company, same trains. I love those Millennium Flyer trains. They're so comfortable. Did you like it, Baz?
It was alright.
It was alright? You're saying Wodan was alright? You came off that ride screaming with happiness.
Oh yeah, where's Wicker Man?
Wicker Man's good, but it isn't on my list compared to Wodan.
What's the difference?
Wodan is faster. You get a much bigger sense of speed. You get better drops, big drops on it. I mean, there's more intense wooden coasters out there, but it's a good ride.
But it's alright. Listen.
Oh, we're getting an argument.
It's good. It's good.
It's good, but it's not the one.
No.
Wait, you think Wicker Man's better than Wodan?
Yeah.
Okay, Baz. We will take your opinion that Wicker Man is better than Wodan, and we will respectfully put it in the bin. I love Wicker Man. It's a fantastic ride, but Wodan is way better.
Wodan.
Right then, on to the number ones. Are our number ones the same? What's yours?
Hyperia.
But the other one was beautiful. The only difference is the comfort.
Mine's Hyperia too. And have we got the same rides on Hyperia?
No.
we are one ride apart on Hyperia. So we went to that event I mentioned earlier, which was an attraction source event. It was really good. Go to their events. I'd support them. They were great, weren't they? Mm-hmm. And we managed to get 7 rides on Hyperia in a row as the sun went down. And the last one was in the dark. It was going faster and faster and faster as we went around on each of these rides. And that last one was completely unhinged. I can't remember where we were, mid-train somewhere, but that one that was completely in the dark, completely unhinged, was the one I picked. But you picked the one just before for a special reason, haven't you, Bez?
Front row.
It was a front row ride on Hyperia. It took us a long time to get one, like 7 or 8 rides on it over the course of the year.
Yeah, it's very good. The wind really bashes your face.
Yeah, and you get a better view, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I feel like at the front of the train you get the benefit more of the Outer Bank turn, Chertsey Yeet, or whatever it. We're meant to call it the name after the person who invented it, apparently, but I still like the name Chertsey Yeet. It's good. Anyway, that bend, you get much more benefit of that in the front, I think, than at the back. But mostly it's better at the back. But that bit particularly is good at the front, and I really enjoyed that on that ride there. It was a tough choice. I could easily have chosen the ride Baz chose, but that one ride after was really, really good. But it's been a good year for rides, hasn't it?
Yeah, been great.
Been on some great rides this year. Seen rides that we've been on before in the new lights. We took people with us. We had a great ride on Wicker Man with those same friends. We've been on so many other things.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to come back in. So yeah, I guess we'll stop it there. That's the list. I hope you'll come back and hear. We're going to do a top 10. We haven't done a top 10 for a couple of years. We're going to do a top 10 now. We've been to Europa, and I think we've been to Park Asterix since we last did a top 10 as well, I think. So yeah, we've got Emerald Park on the list as well since last time, and Hyperia's come along. So there's been a lot of shuffling from where we last were. So come back next time and we'll tell you our top 10 roller coasters in the world, shall we, Baz?
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we've been
Roller Baz and
Coaster Dad. And yeah, like, subscribe, and see you next time. Say bye to the lovely viewers.
bye-bye.
Awkward bit.